I wanted to take this time to break down a new series that we're doing from Main Street to Millionaires called Small Town Saviors. And the reason behind this is I recently went out to a real estate convention where everybody out there was hitting Atlanta and Miami, these big markets, these big areas, and were talking about how they're committing hundreds of thousands of dollars in buying these flip properties and other creative properties just to be able to get $15,000, $20,000 in profit back from it. And it got me thinking on what we've built in our little market and our community that not only provides incredible returns for investors to come in, but also provides a service to the communities because of the houses that we bring back new again. So the best looking engineer in the Ohio Valley, Jake, said, hey, let's do a series of what it is that you do, how it is that you're helping, and what values you're bringing in, not just monetarily, but as a whole, and start getting the word out there, let people know really what we do in our area. So 2 properties that I want to speak on this series. And you can look it up. I don't know if we need to bleep it out, if it hits YouTube, I don't know the thing, but there's a property at Maple Street in Bridgeport, Ohio. And anybody watching this, they're like, I don't know where that's at. That sounds like you made it up. It's such a small market, but I assure you this is a real property. You could Google Maps it. It is what it is. But this is a very interesting property. We had a bird dog actually bring us this property, a local real estate agent that knows of me. This is our first deal that we did together, but she knew the people, they were going to want to list the property, but it was a rental for them and it was trash. These people, when they moved out, it was absolutely just torn apart and they didn't have the money to fix it. So they had a mortgage balance, I believe around $34,000 was what the mortgage balance was for this house. And they didn't have the money to fix it. She was, I believe, 8 months pregnant, 9 months pregnant, and she did not want to have to deal with this property knowing that they're getting ready to have a new baby and bring new life in. So they were just done. So they were asking this agent if they could list the property or what it goes. And she knew with the condition of the property that it would take a specific investor coming in and seeing the property, knowing what it is, and they would more than likely try to undercut them and give them pennies on the dollar, probably wouldn't have got what they needed to get out of the mortgage, let alone any profit on the backside of it. So she called me, went and looked at the property. I met with the couple, great people, and we came up with a creative alternative. So essentially, I took that property over on a lease option. No money to the sellers. We were stepping in just to take over the property because we had the ability to fix it when nobody else did. So we had no money out of our pocket to the sellers of the property. We gave the bird dog a $1,000 finder fee for bringing us this deal. So the bird dog made $1,000 to come into it. On this specific property, we brought in a private money partner, not a lender, a partner. He actually is 50-50 with me on this property, but he brought in $25,000 to cover the rehab for this property, to get it completely renovated, updated. We used our in-house contractors in order to do the work and getting everything turned over. It took about 3.5 weeks to get that completed. And then we were looking for a new homestead buyer to come in and purchase the property. So we renovated. The porch was separating from the building. We actually demoed half the porch off the front of it because it was not safe. We put all new flooring, new paint, new outlet switches, updated the electrical panel, dry locked the basement because here in the Ohio Valley, every basement leaks. So you need to try to waterproof your basements as much as possible. Updated the upstairs, new drywall, new construction essentially throughout the whole house to make it market ready again. And then we were contacted by another agent that a lady was moving from Vegas to this area because they had gotten a job with local prison systems and they needed a place to stay. They had a week to go before they had to move here, and they had no place to go. So we actually got them into this house on a creative wrap. They're coming in and they're doing a lease option from us and purchasing it with an agreed upon price of 105. So listen to that. We got into it no money down with a 34K balance. We pay the mortgage every month. We put 25K in rehab, so we're at about $59,000 total into this house with the mortgage balance and the rehab. And we already have a homestead buyer coming in agreeing to pay us $105,000 for the house. Now they pay us a monthly payment until they can get settled and they have enough work at the new job to be able to qualify for a loan, because banks need you to work, I think, 12 months to a year. So they'll pay monthly rent until they qualify for the new loan with their new jobs. But we're at 59,000. We're collecting monthly rent to get into this, and they're going to pay 105,000 for the house once they qualify. So for people that are going to these bigger markets and they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in getting into these properties only to make 20,000 or 30,000, we're slated to make over $50,000 on this one property with no money out of our pocket. The private partner's coming in and he and I are splitting the profits 50-50. He's going to get his 25 back and all of the net profits after that. Once we sell, he and I will get the split. So it's an unlimited return for my company. Bird Dog got paid. These people moved into a new, fully renovated house so that way they can start their new journey here in the Valley. And everybody wins. And that is how we save small town America. When we're doing this series, Small Town Saviors, this is the point behind it. Everybody wins in this scenario. The private partners are getting his money back. The bird dogs are getting their money. These homestead buyers are coming into a freshly renovated property, and then our company actually can profit off of it on the backside of it. So that way we can employ more people and continue to thrive in this economy to where we don't let banks tell us no anymore. So hope this helps you. If you have any questions, by all means, message us in the comments. We can do a deeper dive on this on future episodes, or maybe we can do a real estate seminar on the channel if we get enough people that are interested in learning how we structured this and how we got all this going. Other than that, this is Eric Richards, Main Street to Millionaires. I appreciate the time.